Ghana first as country with the highest food prices in sub-Saharan Africa. But we know that even though the prices have gone up, Charlie, some of the market women are simply overpricing and they're cheating the system. It's our conversation this morning. Is dollar extending to everything, to the gari that is even produced right here, to the contomere that is grown here? How is dollar affecting all those produce? That's our conversation this morning. We want you to get in touch with us as we touch base with some market women. But first, getting cash on the go from an ABSA ATM is now so easy, even when you do not have your contactless ABSA debit card with you. For the first time in Ghana, you can withdraw money from any ABSA ATM with the ABSA mobile banking app using a QR code. It is easy, safe, and convenient. Simply open your ABSA mobile app, select ATM QR cash to scan the QR code on the ATM screen. Follow the prompts and get your cash out. It's that easy. And that's another digital innovation that gets things done. That's Africanacity, and that's certainly ABSA. Download the ABSA mobile banking app now to get started, or visit the nearest ABSA branch to sign up.
And Vena water is proudly made in Ghana by Twelum Industrial Company Limited and is purified using a series of filtration, reverse osmosis, UV sterilization, and ozonation to meet high standards of quality and safety. So Vena, which is ISO certified, has also been awarded as the Water of the Year at the Ghana Beverage Awards 2021, Product of the Year by Ghana Manufacturing Awards 2019, and Water Producing Company of the Year by the Ghana Manufacturing Awards 2021. Purchase a bottle of Verna, which comes in 330 ml, 500 ml, 750 ml, 1.5 liters, and 15 liters jar. For bulk purchase, contact 0249 7177. This advert is FDA approved.
Now, staying safe and ensuring that all safety precautions are taken both at home and work is not by chance. It requires conscious effort from everyone. The 2022 edition of the National Intermines First Aid and Safety Competition is here again. Winners of the zonal competitions: Ghana Manganese Company, Persis Mining Limited, Golden Star Wassa Resources, and Goldfields Ghana Acquah Mines will battle it out at the national level this Sunday, 6th of November at 11 a.m. It will be broadcast live on GTV and Joy News. Students from the host communities will also participate in an essay competition. Winners of the essay contest will be rewarded at the Ghana Mining Industry Awards to be held on the 2nd of December this year. The competition is designed to demonstrate knowledge in mining regulations and first aid measures in times of accident, both at home and work. Choose to stay safe and not live by chance. This message is brought to you by the Ghana Chamber of Mines in collaboration with the Minerals Commission and St. John Ambulance Ghana, and endorsed by the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources.
So the FIFA World Cup, that's Qatar 2022, is here. And there's a once in a lifetime experience, and that's why Raymond wants to be in Qatar. So Adansi Travels, your number one traveling company, brings to your doorstep the best offer you can get to either Doha or Dubai. With just $2,700, you can be part of the World Cup campaign to support your Black Stars to victory, our Black Stars to victory. Now, packages come with, return flights, accommodation, breakfast, tours, and so many exciting goodies. We have packages that allow you to watch the matches while staying in Doha or staying in Dubai. The choice is yours. Contact Adansi Travels on 0593-850079 or 0556-310404, or visit our office at East Legon, close to American House, and all our social media handles at Adansi Travels. So this morning, we have a very simple conversation. We've talked about rising inflation. We know that there's home inflation as in imported inflation. So there are times that you import goods into the country and there's inflation in those countries, which means that the prices are also going up in those countries, which you'll be buying in dollars. And when you bring it into Ghana, because of the depreciation of the Ghana cedi, you get to pay more for it. And even get to pay more duties also because of the depreciation of the Ghana cedi. So that's one point you can agree. But there are also certain commodities that are produced right here in Ghana. And so while you can actually make the argument that cost of transport has gone up, we can look at cost of transport within the Ghanaian situation and say, well, over the last 11 months, transport fares have increased by some 60%. But even for the purposes of argument, you can always make the point that, well, because you would go for a hired vehicle that is 100% increase in transport fare. But does that 100% translate into 100% increase in the commodity that you're selling to the market?
Yeah.
Particularly when you're buying at farm gate, the prices are very affordable. Why do they become so expensive when they get to the marketplaces? Are the middlemen and women the ones who are inflating these prices? What factors goes into their pricing? Do they really even sit down to do the analysis and say, well, we did the analysis, and based on the analysis, we have had to increase prices by these margins? This morning, we're going to get into that conversation. We'll be using your experiences, and we'll be using our experiences and asking the questions, are people just taking advantage of the current situation to engage in profiteering? But first, let's listen to the Food and Agriculture Minister, Dr. Owusu-Aboagye. He's been talking about some plans that government has.
The price of food in Accra is so high. One of you said the price of plantain from the farm gate to Sefioso here increases about 3-fold. How about when they are taken to Accra? That can increase by 10-fold. So those in Accra think there is no food, but there is a lot of food around, as you know. We only have to ensure that we get the prices reduced for the people in Accra. So the ministry from next week will transport food to the ministry to sell to the people there.
Minister of Food and Agriculture. No, I better now who say, Western North for the feeding craft for them.
All that you have told us about what the ministry can do to enhance your work, we will do it.
So that's the Food and Agriculture Minister, Dr. Owusu-Aboagye. He's been talking about how he intends to get, these foodstuff from the market at farm gate prices to Accra, to the ministry, to be precise, where civil servants can purchase. And he believes that in doing so, they would reduce their cost of food and, by extension, the rate of inflation. But this morning also, I want us to do something. You know what? The escalating food prices continue to rock budgets in Ghanaian homes, and the trend doesn't seem to be easing anytime soon. At the Makola market, oil and rice costs have doubled in ways that mothers are adjusting the menu to accommodate their diminishing incomes. Now, here's a report capturing the frustration of consumers.
Adi Amoah me turn 70 Ghana, na 30 cedis. And then me better Amoah na, 250 cedis. Adey.
I can't see a joyous Christmas coming at all.
Bernice, a mother of 6, is dazed by the raising prices of groceries at the Makola market. She came from Pokwase to get some items for her home, but realized her budget of 1,000 cedis could only buy a few items off her list. She's upset and vents her frustration.
The prices are now double. It is not good. Where is the kaya? Bring the items. I came with 1,000 cedis, but I've only bought tomatoes, Pepsodent. This Pepsodent was 8 cedis last week. Now it is 16 cedis. Why? Tomatoes used to be 20 cedis, but now it is 60 cedis.
The mother of 6 had to get cooking oil, but her preferred size was unavailable. Her gloomy mood worsened. According to her, the oil vendor said the price of the next consignment has already been increased even before it arrives in the shop. So Bernice will have to increase her cooking oil budget on her next market trip.
Last week, I was here to get rice and oil. The sachet oil was 22 cedis. But today, she tells me it is now 45 cedis. Look at what is remaining of the 1,000 cedis I came with. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need oil. I hope it will be sufficient. Otherwise, I will go home.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Christmas is about 8 weeks away, but Bernice says Banku may replace the usual rice meals if the prices on the market do not fall.
Now, rice is expensive, So I am very angry. As for this Christmas, unless Akufo and Baumia do something about the prices, we will eat banku and pepper until things get better.
Wow.
I bumped into Mabel Mensah, a 46-year-old single mother who is at her wit's end. She was yelling at the traders to cut down their prices. Mabel is also a trader and so understands that fuel and the depreciation of the cedi have forced prices to rise. But she believes traders are taking advantage of the current economic woes. She explained that her budget for her groceries had tripled, especially oil and rice.
I used to buy a small bottle of oil for 70 Ghana cedis, but now it is 270 Ghana cedis. What the shop owners are doing is not good. Even if it is the dollar, you cannot increase the price over 200 Ghana cedis. Why?
250 cedis.
Well, this year, food inflation is up by close to threefolds from 13.7% at the beginning of the year to 37.8% in September, mainly because Ghana's economy is import-driven. The Makala market is no exception. Both imported and local products have been bitten by the inflation bug. But is it the case that traders may be modifying the prices? Cooking oil trader Irene lays the blame squarely at the doors of importers.
The consumer thinks we are the cause. No. It is not we who are selling.
Who should we blame then?
I buy from an importer.
Okay.
Okay? So the importer brings me price. I can't sell below the importer's price. It means that I'm not in business. Right now, we are selling to replace stock, not to make profit. It's a big challenge and pathetic because we don't know what the future holds for us. I can't see a joyous Christmas coming at all unless something is done.
Her colleague Victoria claims she hadn't increased her prices for a month because of her customers. But then the prices keep soaring. Victoria quotes her prices to us.
The gallon of oil now costs 950. This was 220, but now 400. We are told it's the dollar. Everyone says dollar. Tomatoes is dollar. Okro is dollar. Kontomire is dollar. They need to fix it.
Meko said dollar. Jene said dollar. And Nkrumah said dollar. Kontomire said dollar.
Joyce Boche came from Suhum in the eastern region to buy rice for her shop. But after a 2-hour trip to Acquah, she had to return because prices had gone up.
And I'm 4 million plus.
I came to buy rice, but the price is high. Last week, the type I bought was 520 cedis, but it has changed. I don't have a choice. I have to go back. I even went to Acquah to buy meat, but it was a similar situation. The prices are up, so I couldn't buy.
I also have one price and can buy a bit in stores na kasama in Kakra because the prices never cost and I'm feel say if you want our baby. I buy any more in Kakra na yamana prices because unless I make a blush and I make a pen and make a cost on so and I'm meant to be anto and also my son's mechi.
The mother of 5 says even in Suhum, living standards have soared.
It's also sending a my corner, the cost of living is too high. And I had them pass a view, young fan is a walk with Jibusian crown out the year, Juma. Over there, what's ya?
Life is not easy. 2 of my children are on their way to the university. The cost of living is high. If I should take a loan, how will I pay? Even for a working woman like me, it is not easy. So imagine those without work. How will they survive? Government must do something.
Or whatever.
Hey, do you want a bad man something?
So that's the situation we're faced with currently. And lots of you have been engaging us. Raymond and Mamavi will be sharing your thoughts shortly. Starting with Twitter.
Yes, Twitter. Dennis Mensah says traders are actually taking advantage of the condition the country finds itself to increase the price of food items. At McDaniel says Ghanaians like taking advantage of everything without realizing the negative impact that may come afterwards. We are too greedy and nothing is ever set. No, we are not satisfied with anything. As soon as we hear they've increased fuel prices, then everybody starts increasing their respective prices anyhow. And just to say, they never bring it down when the things change. And at St. Entry, is our neighboring country Togo not importing crude? Mismanagement of the economy and the greedy nature of Ghanaians is the cause of the rising food prices. If the government doesn't stabilize the price of goods, greedy Ghanaians will also take advantage of it. There has been an increase in fuel 7 times this year alone. A lot more than that, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And at Ghana, Politico says, don't blame the rise in food price on imports. Explain why the price of mangoes has gone up. That's the question they're asking. Explain mangoes, the mango from a coupon. The mango. Yes. Yeah. So that's not important. The real cause of increase is price of fuel transport caused by the devaluation of the city as well as high taxes. And Acquah Joe says they are saying our mothers in the market intentionally skyrocket prices, but I think it's false. I think the fuel prices have been the cause of the negative impact. So those are the messages, some of the messages we got from Twitter.
All right. Here are messages on WhatsApp. This one from Ben DC says Ghana's economy is largely informal and unstructured, and the players are mostly illiterates. If information flow is not properly managed, people take undue advantage. Efo Mauli from La Paz says, we don't import Gary, but now 1 olonka of Gary is 17 cedis. How? And I remember buying Friday at Malata for 14 Ghana cedis. I can't believe it has gone up to 17. This one says Ghana is getting to a level I don't know. I bought cement yesterday, 83.5 Ghana cedis. Today, it's 96 Ghana cedis. Why? This one says, why is nobody talking about the railway sector? What is preventing the government from bringing trains to run after this huge investment in the railway sector? It will reduce the number of cars on our roads, so the impact of the fuel price will be minimal. It will also reduce cost of food products brought from the village because rail transportation is cheaper. Or is it the case that the so-called businessmen who bring the fuel to sell are making sure that the trains will not work?
Kunuku has not been releasing money for the sector.
On Facebook, Nanayal says government needs to take charge of the food transportation chain. It is only by doing this that government can put a cap on food prices. Rokoche Acquah Kofi says, I was in a trotro from Amoah here to Medina last Saturday. A certain woman was sitting in front of me, wanted to buy tissue, a certain brand of tissue from those selling it in traffic. She only asked for it and she was told 2 Ghana cedis. She quickly removed her phone and called her son from the house and told him to sell 1 single toilet roll for 3 cedis from that day. And I said in my mind, God go punish you. Ibn Zadazi says price of a 5 Ghana cedis brand of rice, and this is one of the well-known brands I have been buying for 57 cedis, is now being sold for 90 cedis. How come? Did they increase price of fuel that much?
Now, this one from Amoah who says, I got into a fight this morning with my coconut plug. He has increased the price by 1 cedi, and he wouldn't budge even after pleading. I get into a taxi, and the fare has been increased again. Well, when the Bible says we walk by faith, it was for these times. Please check on your friends in these times. Some are not fine. I am not fine this morning. Check on me too.
Oh.
So you see, Mamavi and Raymond, over the weekend, there was something I did, having anticipated an increase in petroleum prices. I set out in the morning going to fill my tank, and I passed by a friend's place, whose wife operates a restaurant, sort of. So when I met her, she was complaining about the times we find ourselves in. She said she's had to, everything is going up, so she wants to increase the prices of meat and everything. I then said, bring a pen and a paper, and let's do some calculations, and then decide the margins by which we should increase these things. So I asked her, the goods that you use, for today, how much did you buy it? She said, I bought it for 800 Ghana cedis.
Okay.
And I said, so 800 Ghana cedis, how many pieces would you get from the 800 Ghana cedis? She says, I'm going to get 90.
Okay.
And I said, the 90, how much do you currently sell it? She says, I sell it for 15. That takes you to
1.5.
1.5. That takes you to about 1,350. Then she says, I bought pork for, some 400 Ghana cedis. I sell a piece for 10 Ghana cedis. When I did the calculation, I realized that she probably would make about 700 Ghana cedis from the pork. She says, I bought akosombo. You know akosombo, the round fish. What's the right name? But we call it akosombo in Ghana. I says, so I buy it, one for 20. I sell one for 25 cedis. That's how much I bought it. When we checked, she was making a profit from those sales, 100. Fast forward it. She buys gas, 600.
Okay.
She buys tomatoes. She buys pepper. She buys spices. When I did all the calculation,
oil.
When I did all the calculation, I realized that she was making a loss of, 122 cedis. So I said, okay, two things. How about you reduce the size of the meat, or you increase it? She says, I would want to increase it because...
I said increase the price?
Increase the price.
All right.
So we said, okay, then let's increase the price. Instead of 15, let's make it 20 for goats. And let's make pork 15 from 10 Ghana cedis. When we put these variables in there, you realize that, okay, now she can make some bit of profit. Now, even there, listen to what I did. So I actually factored payment for herself before she made the loss of 122. So I'm saying, if you were to pay yourself and those who work for you, if I were to put the salary today at 500 cedis that you came to work the whole day, and that's not how much you're going to pay yourself for having worked that day, this is the loss you would make. Then she said, then I'm going to tell my husband to increase the price of beer. And I said, hold on a minute. Why should he increase the price of beer? He said, because things are expensive. And I said, no. How much did he buy it? So by the electricity, I said, so the electricity, what are the margins? So what has been the increase in your consumption of electricity? Don't just say the increased electricity. So I am increasing the beer that I sell from 12 Ghana cedis to 15 Ghana cedis. Now watch this carefully. And for purposes of analysis, even if they increased electricity by 100%, and you're spending over a month, you're spending 1,000 Ghana cedis, it goes to 2,000 Ghana cedis. If you increase the price of beer, okay, from 12 to 15, that is 3 cedis. If you sell 1,000 bottles in a month, that is how much? 3,000. But your increase in cost because of electricity is 1,000 Ghana cedis. If you add water, maybe 500. So why wouldn't you consider absorbing that cost with an increase that will correspond to it, instead of just saying, I am doing it this way? That was when I realized that, look, yes, if I sell, the rising rate of inflation would affect the sales that I make. The depreciation of the Ghana would affect my cost. It would go up automatically. The depreciation of the Ghana cedi would also increase it. Of course, it is that same thing that I must use to feed myself. So the labor, which includes me, would also go up. But there's a second element, a third element here. There's an element of greed, maybe unintentional, because some of us don't take time to do this calculation and say, this is how much I am spending. And so this is how much I need to increase even the monies that I pay to myself. All they do is that, so you see, I'm a town of 12 cedis, then I can go 15. Yeah, 2. So I go and buy something that is gone up, and I say, okay, then I'm also going to increase by another margin. Oh, you're 50%, I increase 50%. But the point is that the 50% increase in fuel, so when the drivers are increasing, I mean, they look at the fact that if I drive an Evan, okay, and the total cost of petroleum is gone up by, say, 50%, and all of you are going to join me, you're all going to help me in paying that 50 Ghana cedis. No, that 50%. It's not Raymond alone who must pay. It's not Mamavi who must pay. So I cannot just get up and say, I'm increasing by 50% because another thing is gone up by 50%. I need to consider all factors.
Right.
Unfortunately, a lot of us take it, throw it out there, and that's the end of it. And so today, if you say there's been a depreciation in the Ghana cedis, so oil from 22 to 45 Ghana cedis. You ask the question, what was the transport margins? What was the other margin? And if you put all of it inside, that's why I started by showing you this woman's story. If you put everything in, you realize that the other element of greed, intentional and unintentional, comes in. There are people who just don't sit down to plan. They don't sit down to do the pricing. They just get up and say, because things have gone up. So you're talking about, I was talking about the broilers that I bought. I used to buy it for 70 Ghana cedis. I went the last time. They said 90 Ghana cedis. And I said, into what the dressing account would that be? And I said, so the dressing criteria has increased from 5 cedis to 7 cedis. I said, what led to the dressing to increase from 5 cedis to?
Yes, spreading cost.
We bought goats for 600 Ghana cedis, and we normally would share as friends. This morning, my friend is at the place to buy. It's 750. So she just sent me a WhatsApp to check. Should she still go ahead?
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, because somebody has to find the money to fill in the gap, right? Now, this one, okay, so this is from a nightclub. A friend said a shot of diluted tequila is 50 cedis. Now 50 cedi. A shot is 30 ml. A shot of diluted. So he's saying that the tequila itself is not supposed to be diluted. But they've added water to it. So that means that the 1 liter may be like 3 or 4 bottles more. So they've actually spread it out. So one shot of the diluted one, not the original one, is 50 cedi. A shot is like 30 ml. So it means that there are at least 33.3 shots in a liter. So 33 times 50 cedi means 1,650 is made on every single bottle of the diluted, what they call it, tequila. Now, moving forward. It says the most expensive place you can get this same undiluted one is 200 cedis.
Yeah.
So the nightclub is actually making at least 1,450 on every bottle of the diluted, what they call it, tequila. But what he added at the bottom is the most important. Acquah is expensive and lucrative, maybe for some people too. Yes, but it tells the point.
Yeah.
How do you buy something that's just? I mean, all your costs put on it. Let's look at it from this point. When you go to, let's say, a nightclub, you certainly would have to pay. When you go and enjoy the services there, maybe they spread the cost. You put all the costs together. If you are getting of a bottle that's supposed to be 200 cedi, 1,650 cedi, diluted, which means that you might just take for every 300 ml, you divide it into 3. The bottle is divided into 300 ml, so that you mix it with water or whichever solute you want to dilute it with. So if you actually get the point to dilute this thing, then you still sell the diluted one 50 per tot. Then when you do this, it means that you are getting 1,400 from a single diluted bottle. So if you multiply by 3, you're talking about almost getting more than 4,000, almost 4,000 from a single bottle, which is supposed to be 200 cedi. Which overhead cost from all the other departments comes on a single bottle of this particular product.
You see, I mean, part of the reason it takes, for the formalized production house a long time to increase prices is this. You're looking at your direct and indirect material, you're looking at your direct and indirect labor, and you're lking at your electricity and all of that. You will cost all of them and then come to a conclusion your total cost of production. Then you decide, okay, what will be the transport cost, what will be the transport margins, and what margins do I add to it in order to ensure that the business is profitable. When you put this down, so you put this down, you've done the costing, you put it down. When you start selling and you do your variance analysis, and there is a problem somewhere, then you would look at it and say, look, this is what is happening to me today. I think that maybe there's a problem somewhere because I am not making the desired profits. Can I begin to check my materials? Can I get cheaper materials somewhere? Or should I begin to check the cost of labor? Do I decide to lay off people? And under these circumstances, you don't want to do that. So you want to say, okay, then do I get them to work for more hours so we can produce more and use that to offset the losses and then begin to make profit? That's what they would do. They would do all this calculation. But in the informal sector, it's mostly Nema Boyading into midway account. What really led into midway account? Nobody knows. They will tell you, oh, dollar no cost.
You know the funny part? There's this article that Ansasa wrote in 1985. It traces the legislative history of the legal regime of price control in Ghana. At all times, when we have had slight difficulties with the economy, price control issues come up, profiteering comes up. So be it what you call kalabuli or whichever what they call it, term we use for it. At some time, we just fail to control, and because we don't want to control the market with price regulation, we do first by appealing. But the key question here is that merely appealing to this woman, will they work? Or to this man, will they work? Is this somebody's, in states that functioning systems are, it's somebody's responsibility to ensure the consumer is protected from excessive profiteering. How do we protect the consumer, especially in these times of difficulty, from excessive profiteering? Nobody says that you go into business not to actually make profit. Actually, that's why you're there. But the key word here is excessive profiteering, to the point that you are basically strangulating people who are already suffering, struggling to get the peace and the small things to survive. And the small money that they have, which is being depreciated by all of the factors from exchange rate straight to the inflation and everything, all the pressures on the small money that they have, you are still forcing a massive effect on that particular small money by taking a lot more for the product or the service that you used to deliver. And again, yes, your services will go up. But at what margin? Who is allowed to determine this? Are the regular market forces likely to work profitably? Because, I mean, you people believe in the economics that is almost laissez-faire, that says that, let the market forces determine prices. But can these market forces determine the prices at this time? Who are the people regulating these market forces? Will they survive? Will we get to the equilibrium at any point? Are we ever going to get the point where the consumer is protected? Ideally, states protect consumers because we are poor people. We are predominantly more likely to be vulnerable and others involved. Rich people can always scale the effect. Poor people may go down into poverty. Ask the guy who gets sleep, the livelihood empowerment against poverty. What can the person buy with the amount of money they give them on LEAP? With all of these skyrocketing prices, I mean, how do these people survive?
A very important issue.
Who is interested in protecting them?
Well, listen, what are your own experiences? I was buying contomere 3 for 5 cedis from Malata. Now I buy 1 for 5 Ghana cedis. I bought Gary, yes, for 14 Ghana cedis last Friday. And Efo Maoli from La Paz sent a WhatsApp message today that he's bought it for 17 Ghana cedis. Red oil, beginning of the year, was 40, 50 thereabout. Red oil now, the 5 liter, is 120. You can even get it more. So we would love to hear from you. I mean, is it just these market women just putting unnecessary profits on the produce? What are your own experiences? Get ready to join us right after these.
Hey, welcome back to work.
Charlie, thanks, bro.
Headache, vomiting, loss of appetite. I couldn't even eat my usual fufu.
You and fufu?
How we go do it?
I hope you got tested before the malaria treatment.
Oh, yes, I did. And thanks to Malatu, I kicked out malaria one time.
Sharp. Anyway, sorry to ruin your excitement, but your boss asked of you.
Okay.
She says she has plenty work for you.
No problem, Charlie. Strength day.
You see,
When malaria strikes, take Malatu, containing Artemether and Lumefantrine. Comes in tablet and suspension for the effective treatment of malaria in adults and children. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult your doctor. Malatu is manufactured and distributed by Ernest Chemists Limited. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Ojam, why you make quiet like that?
Oh, Charlie, I'll go do some POP, give somebody where the cornice is not fine, crowd.
I always they tell you, see, for decorative roses and cornices, the solution be interface. Them have different imported cornices and roses in different designs and shapes. Installing them be so easy, and it go give your customer the finishing he wants.
Ojam, take me go interface right now before I lose this customer.
Interface Limited is the leading supplier and installer of finishing input materials for the building and construction industry in Ghana. Call us on 0274-999999 or visit our website at
www.interfacelimited.net. Facebook Interface Limited GH. Instagram Interface.limited.
It's everywhere. The anticipation, the game, media football season. Enjoy massive discount. When you are talking class, then you are talking media. Media massive discount promo. The world's largest producer of major appliances, Media. From today, when you see Media, remember there is up to 50% discount on selected items. The news has reached your homes and it's on the streets.
Yes, media discount. Yeah, whoa.
I'm back to your doko. Mia mini media kettle. Hey, media na papa da. Media discount. Yeah, whoa.
You've heard it all. Enter any media outlet around you and purchase your gas cooker, dispenser, fridge, water heater, toaster, washing machines, kettles, and many more. And the good news, up to 50% discount on selected items this season. Media football season.
Welcome to Magdan Aviation. Our world-class terminal, located at the Kotoka International Airport, is a fixed-base operation that offers total aviation services in Ghana's private sector space. Magdan Aviation offers convenient access to a wide variety of destinations. Just sit at the comfort of your homes or offices and book a flight to any country of your choice, and a luxurious car will be available to pick you up to the FBO, where all arrangements, including hotel bookings, transport services, among others, will be made available even in the country of destination. The FBO features an elegant lobby, business center, and a catering area to make your flight experience a memorable one. We have a very spacious terminal which houses 3 modern private jets and a helicopter for your tours, intercity transport, air ambulance services, cash carriage, and a bullion movement. Wherever you need to travel, Magdan Aviation has got you. Safety is a hallmark at Magdan. From our dedicated customer service team to the flight staff, every employee puts the safety and security of our clients first. We are here to make conducting business across the world easy and convenient.
But why all this laughter?
Kwaku gave me 6,000 cedis for shopping for some electrical appliances.
Yes. What about that?
I came home with exactly what he ordered, and I still had 3,000 Ghana cedis on me.
Wow. But it's only NASCO offering this promotion this season.
Of course, yes. It's NASCO. You think you are the only one who knows NASCO brings home happiness? He's been wondering why I don't ask him for money after the shopping.
That's 50% discount power. This season, a NASCO massive discount Acquah. It's NASCO new promo. What are you waiting for? This season, we are offering massive discounts up to 50%. Yes, on selected items from NASCO.
Call 0242 439 437. NASCO, bring home happiness.
The biggest event in sporting history is on, and it needs the biggest packages ever. Adansi Travels World Cup packages are the best and the biggest you can find anywhere, with so many options that will blow your mind out. Travel packages for Qatar and Dubai, which includes return flights, hotel accommodation, daily buffet breakfast, airport and in-city transfers, 1 month multi-entry visa to Dubai, discovery of Doha and Dubai guided city tour, card for entry to Qatar with free public transport in Doha, complimentary guided Dubai city and shopping tour, and the ultimate FIFA category 3 tickets for Ghana matches as per package. Ghana, this is big, all at a cost-effective and affordable rate. Terms and conditions apply. So from the 22nd November to 3rd December, book your sports now. Contact Adansi Travels now on 0593 850079 or 0556 310 404. You can visit our office at American House, East Legon.
Coffee in your cup. Enjoy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Right, so welcome back and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And let's say a big thank you to all of you who have joined us, particularly those of you who are watching us on YouTube and on Facebook. You know, we appreciate the fact that in these hard times you still make time to join us on YouTube and Facebook. Thanks very much for joining us on a Super Morning Show. But you know, Nourish new season is here. Malta Guinness invites you to watch and support the goodness in women's football with the Malta Guinness Women's Premier League. Follow every pass, tackle and goal as our ladies add some style to fuel your passion for football. Follow the Malta Guinness Women's Premier League on our social media channels. That's hashtag Malta Guinness WPL, and watch the matches live on Max TV Weekly.
And Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited, that's your #1 supplier of quality office essentials, equipment and furniture at affordable prices. They've introduced an online store for your shopping convenience. Log on to kingdomstoreonline.com. Start shopping. They will deliver to your homes and offices within reasonable time. You can pay via Momo across all networks, and you could get that delivery for free if you are in Accra or Tema. Terms and conditions applied. Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmark.
And you know, it's a joy of knowing that I can just vibe with my family and friends non-stop on Sundays. Yes, Sundays are that special only on MTN, with as low as 65 pesos. Enjoy endless conversations with non-stop talking and texting on all networks. Make this and every Sunday extra special. Just dial *550# for this amazing offer on MTN. Terms and conditions apply.
And Adum Praise Festival 2022 is here. Jeremiah 17:5. The Lord says he will condemn those who turn away from him and put their trust in humans. So it's time to turn to God, not man. We're giving praises to God with this year's theme, Christ at Work Experience. Friday, 4th of November, tomorrow. Paid experience at Perez Dome Jolo, 6 p.m. featuring Travis Green, Soul Winners, PSA Esther, Edwin Datson, Celestine Donko, Hima Messi, Jack Alulome, Perez Music, the Multimedia Choir, the Sax Bossa, Mark Enim, Jesse Morgan, Kofi Owusu-Aboagye, Effie Grace, and the list goes on and on and on. Day one is today, the intriguing gospel ministration. Okay, so make sure that you are part of it. Still at the Perez Dome Jolo, 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. Tickets, 100 Ghana cedis single, 150 Ghana cedis double, available at First National Bank branches in Accra. You can also, for your convenience, just Momo to 024 529 3599. It's Adum Praise 2022. Yeah, be him. All right, so listen, you've heard, you know, some consumers talk about the fact that rice in particular, rice and oil, the prices have just simply shot up. It's incredible. Somebody sent us a message, rice that he was buying for 57 Ghana cedis. He's now buying for 96. Pearl Obiaje is a trader. She sells at Okaishi. Normally, when you buy from within the community, it's really high. But if you go to Okaishi, you can be sure that it will be cheaper. But these days, it is not exactly so. So Pearl joins us. Pearl, first of all, good morning to you. Welcome to the Super Morning Show.
Hello, good morning, Mamavi.
So Pearl, we're being told, we're getting the understanding that you, the market women, mashada, your money boy a dindy, but you have added unnecessary profit to it. You're making it even more expensive. Why?
Good morning. Good morning, Joy FM. Good morning, Mamavi. And Mamavi, what you asked earlier, it's not as if we are intentionally increasing prices. I told you earlier on that it's because of the dollar. And then suppliers are not supplying. Mamavi, can you hear me, please? Hello?
Yes, Pearl, we can hear you.
Yes. I have a bad network in the market, so I don't know.
No, but we can hear you. So you are saying
Okay.
the dollar and suppliers are not supplying. Why?
Yes, and suppliers are not supplying because people are buying too much, which we, the retail and the wholesalers, we are unable to supply them. So when you make an order, it doesn't come. If you are, let's say, making an order, maybe 200 cartons of oil, it's either it's reduced for you or you don't get it at all. For the past 1 month, I've made an order to a certain company I don't want to mention. And it's been like back and forth. And because there's been shortage of oil, each day when you come to the market, it's either that prices are, we anticipate that the new consignment that will come to the market will be increased. So when we come, we go around, we ask for suppliers about prices. Sometimes they send us. So immediately they send us the prices. Mama, I don't think I have restocked my stock. And when they give me a new price, they expect me to sell my items the same way I got it. Because after selling it, I am going to add up and go and buy a new stock.
So yours is simply the depreciating cedi and the fact that people are rushing to buy. So you're not getting the numbers.
Last year, for instance, it wasn't like this. Last year, this time around, people, the companies are really buying on time. And if you go, I'm sure if you go to some offices, you see their rice and oil being packed there because they are all in anticipation that the price will increase by December, getting to the festive season.
Right. So
they are buying on time so that they will be able to give out to their staff. So this is causing all that. Everybody wants to buy and hoard because they are in anticipation.
Okay, so Pearl, why is it that when you buy rice for say 100 Ghana cedis, you come to the market the following day and it's gone up?
Because the supplier has changed the prices.
Wow.
I myself, I bought local rice. I bought Ghana rice just yesterday. Mama, my way to work, I was driving when the supplier tested me that, tell the price has changed. From what I gave you yesterday to today, the price has changed. So, Mama, in this case, what do you expect me to do? I will obviously increase the price.
Wow. Yes. So it's not because you are making unnecessary profits.
No, not at all, Mama. If I finish selling this rice and I'm going to buy a new stock, I would definitely add on. I would definitely add something to it to buy and buy again. So if I invested in my stock and the price, then maybe the dollar changes and the prices increase, I have to sell it on the current price that is been going. So imagine you go and put your money on T-bills. I believe you expect some
interest.
Investing my money in the bank or with a T-bill, I would rather invest my money in stock so that when the prices go up, I will increase my prices.
All right. So, Pearl, how do you decide how much you're going to put on it? So the supplier says, it's gone up to say 120. What goes into your increments?
Okay, Mama, in the business, we actually don't get anything, but because it's consumable and it's an everyday thing, every day we are selling, every day somebody is eating rice, every day watcher seller is buying rice, every day restaurants are buying rice. So if I buy 1 bag of rice, I don't know. I'm telling you what I get. It's between my profit margin is between 5 to 10 cedis on a bag. So imagine that the supplier supplies me maybe 100 bags of rice. Think of my Kayayo who will offload my goods to my warehouse. It's charging out of the same 10 cedis. If you are lucky, you will supply. They will give it to you for free or delivery. If you are not lucky, the supplier will tell you that you pay for delivery. So if I add all costs to it, with this 10, is this the same 10 cedis that I'm getting on it? So if I bought a rice, let's say Royal Umbrella, for a supplier for 580 cedis, and I'm putting 10 cedis on it to get 590 cedis. The next day I come and the supplier says, that the rice is changed, is now 600. I would definitely add my 10 cedis to it back to make it 610.
So at least
because the new one you are going to buy, he will sell it to you at 600, and then I put my 10 cedis on it.
But so Pearl, just by way of clarification, and so there's 5 cedis, 10 cedis that you add on it. Ordinarily, how many bags of rice do you sell in a week or say a month?
Oh, okay. Can you go by daily basis? Well, let's say a day like this, I can on a normal day, like let's say on Tuesday, I can sell like maybe 50 bags.
50 bags.
Yes.
Okay. So if on a day you can sell like 50 bags and you're looking at margins of 5 to 10, I'm also saying, okay, then let me just say, that 50, if you multiply that 50 by 30, for instance, we're looking at Pearl, selling some, that's 50 by 30, 1,500 bags in a month.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
Average.
That's great. And on the average. And if we're to take, the mean of 5 to 10 and say 7.5, and we multiply this by 7.5, you're looking at a profit of 11,250. Maybe you can beat down your profit a little bit to accommodate us at this time.
Yes. So sometimes, if it's an old stock, we are a bit. If instead of adding maybe 10, you add something small so that you beat your competitors. You understand? If my next shop is getting it fresh at 600, I got it at 580. I can make it 590, 595.
Okay.
Well, Pearl, thank you very much for talking to us and explaining how it works in the markets. Pearl is a trader. She has a shop in Okanshi and she sells rice, oil, tomatoes. So there you have it. Listen, we want to hear your experiences. So kindly give us a call now on 0302 216 541, 0302 216 541, or 055 1111997. You can also continue to send us the WhatsApp messages and your tweets, Joy997 with the hashtag JoySMS. So I don't know what you were thinking, Winston, with the number of bags that she sells and the 10 cedis that she puts on.
Sometimes traders can also cushion. It's not everything that you pass on, particularly when times are hard. But listening to Pearl, I get a feeling, and it's something all of us traders will do. I get a feeling that there are instances that the suppliers, because a lot of people are buying now, and the fear that they may lose out, they would create a shortage, and once that shortage is created, it leads to an increase in prices.
Let's go to the phone lines now. Claude is in Tema. Good morning, Claude. Thank you for joining us.
Mamavi and Winston, good morning.
Good morning.
I think your calculations have been made too simple, because the market women at the end of the time may have to calculate for rent, maintenance, other costs. But that is not my main issue. My issue is with the Minister of Agric, arranging for transport for cutting food from the villages to the ministry. For ministry and government issues, at the end of it, I'm sure the cost of transport may even be more than the food they are going to bring in. I don't think they should go there. Because if you look at planting for food and jobs, when it wasn't in place, we didn't have shortage of maize for poultry farmers and other livestock farmers. But we planted food and jobs, 900 million plus, and we are short of things. You know, I think the minister shouldn't go there. The area they should look at is about preservation, spoilage. Tomatoes will get spoiled, yam will get spoiled, plantain will get spoiled. So where they have to concentrate on is about preservation, you know, and those things, not about transporting food where they'll get jobs for people with their own transport, inflate costs. At the end of it, I'm telling you, the government is going to lose out. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Claude. Let's go to Kaneshi. Yeah, joins us.
Good morning,
Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Auntie. Yeah, can you kindly turn down the volume on that radio set?
Yes,
We're getting
I
some
have.
feedback.
I have. Is it okay now?
Yes, it is. Perfect. Please go ahead.
Please, things are expensive. Not only food, medications too. They're very, very expensive. I've been buying this vision at 770 Ghana. The last time I went, it's 1.7. Wow. 170 Ghana cedis. Yes, so things are really expensive, and I don't know what our leaders. They are not thinkers, so they don't think ahead, because the moment you vote them into power, when they come, you give them everything for free. They have no target. They only come and enjoy our money, and then create problems for us. When you say they'll tell you Ukraine, I mean, they must go. They must go. In fact, we are really wasting our politicians are wasting our time. They are just creating problems for us. Mama, this is very difficult to go to the market. You take 1,000 cities to the market. You can't buy anything, no. Anything. Can get 30 Ghana cities. If you go to office and you want to eat, now meat is 15 Ghana cities. Where are we going? You said they have the men. Where are the men? Where are the men? Politicians, where are your men? At the end of the day, they are going to pay them as gratia for doing nothing. The air cut that they say, what are they going to cut? What are they cutting? You go to hospital, health insurance is not working. A friend of mine went with the health insurance. You know the drugs that they gave? They gave us 15 pieces. They gave him local cough mixture. I mean, Ghana, I don't know where we are heading towards to. We don't have thinkers. They only come, waste our money. At the end of the day, we give them as gratia. They go enjoy, come and create problems for us. Bye-bye.
Auntie, yeah, thank you very much. Let's go to Gomoa. William is joining us. Good morning, William.
Mamavi, how are you?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
Thank God. Like Winston will say, God is keeping his children. Winston, your analysis, perfect. By the books, super. In real life, is different. I'm glad you guys did Accra, but you've not done coming outside of Accra. Instead of blaming the traders, the president should rather blame himself and the rich people around him, because they are the ones making things difficult. I'm a caterer. And Mamavi, you know what? Imagine someone gives you an order for shito. You know what goes into making shito. So now, our strategy now is, if you bring your order, we either tell you that agree that we'll add a margin of about 25 to 30% in case, or we'll give you the list and you buy the things yourself and bring them. Then I will only charge you the workmanship. We are not even talking about electricity. I check my meter daily. What we used to spend within a 24-hour period about some weeks ago was under 6 cities. As at this morning, we are now spending almost 9 cities. Electricity. It's just by the grace of God that we've been having rain. The water we used to buy 80 cities. We are now buying it for almost 150 tanker. The chicken thigh, the carton at the market here, it was going last week Saturday. Somebody brought order. We bought it for 260 for the box. 5 days later, it was 390. So how then do we make up for the difference? Thank God you go to you can speak to your friend caterers and you know what they are going. So instead of the president saying, "Oh, appealing to market women," no, fix the problem. All these things will not happen. Thank God bless you, my people.
God bless you too, William from Gomoa. Disciple is in Laura, listening live on Laura FM in Wa. Disciple, Laura, it's good to have you.
Yeah, good morning, Mamavi.
Good morning, Disciple.
Yes, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. How are you and how is Laura?
Yeah, let me use this opportunity to say good morning to the Paramount Chief of the Laura traditional area. You see, Mamavi, I think I will say two things. One, we ourselves are ourselves enemies. That is number one. Number two, I will urge our African leaders to come together and unite. Because if not that, the white men are still using us like those days. Let me come back to the first point. I think that selling things in the market, increment every day. You see, I think this one is bad. Why am I saying that? You bought goods, let me say last year, 2021, they are still there. But everyday increment is hitting your old goods. And we'll turn up and blame the politician of the day. Why are we doing that? I think in this, then we'll go back to the churches. Telling God, asking God, praying to God that God should help us. In the critical condition like this in the Bible, that is the book of Acts chapter 4 and Acts chapter 5, the Christians were having everything in common. But why is it that Christians of today, we are being greedy, wicked, killing ourselves? Because we want money, we want wealth. Then at the end of the day, we'll go to the churches and then forcing God to hear our prayer.
And that's Disciple listening from Laura and joining us live. That's in the Upper West region. We're also on Radio Free, Radio Wa, Radio Somali, and Bolu FM. Good morning to all of you there. Now let's go to Tema. Nanayao joins us. Nanayao, good morning.
Good morning, Mamavi.
Yes, Nanayao.
How are you?
Oh, I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm also fine.
We thank God.
I always listen to JFM.
Oh, we thank you so much.
Yeah, you know how,
Mm.
as we speak, we should not blame the market women at all. I work at the port, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, the last time Guta went to see the president, who promised them that he's going to peg the dollar, as we speak, that promise has not been fulfilled. Now, the government rather increased benchmark value, which is affecting the goods and services. So if the market women go to pick their goods to come and sell, how would they sell it at a lower price for people to go and buy? We should leave the market women. We should talk to the government to work hard so that everything can be sustainable. If we blame market women, we are just blaming them for nothing. I'm not sure they are making much profit. Look at the up and down transporting goods and services from one place to this place. It is not easy. It is not easy. Let's talk to the government to be up and doing. The president must wake up and work. They are causing all these things. As we speak, we're still paying COVID tax. Anytime you pay duty, there's COVID tax on the duty bill. You are taking all this money. So you are telling us COVID, Ukraine war was not Baunia who told us 2016 that when there's war around other countries, how can that war get to Ghana? So what are they telling us today? That because of global crisis, we are facing it right in this country.
And that's Nanayao from Tema. We thank you. Our last call from Bishop in Asante Mampong. Good morning, Bishop.
Good morning.
I hope I'm talking to Mamavi.
Yes, you are, Bishop. Thank you for joining us.
Mamavi, I want Joy FM to send this message to the president for me. I've been trying for the past 3 weeks to get this message across through your medium. I want our president to help us and together with his ministers, with his economic management team, and all those who are to hold Bank of Ghana and what have you, to be at the theater 24/7 and to stop responding to media houses and the president's tour, going to radio stations and his responses to certain issues and questions infuriating the citizens. I beg the president, I plead with the president to stop those things, and we want to see them working in the theater on the economy and fixing the economy for us. And he should allow the economic management team to do their work without interference and give them timelines and give them targets to achieve within the shortest possible time to see our economy back on track. I pray that the president will listen to us and do such a thing for us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bishop. And that will be all with the phone calls. But of course, you can keep interacting with us on WhatsApp and Twitter. Acquah from East Legon, I have your message. Acquah says, I bought my 5 liters of palm oil for 160 last 2 weeks in Accra. So where did I buy mine from? I'll link you up with Nancy very shortly. Stay with us. This is the Super Morning Show.
Oh, yes, it's here again. The grand finale of the Intermines First Aid and Safety Competition is here again. The Ghana Chamber of Mines, Minerals Commission, St. John Ambulance Ghana bring to you the 2022 edition of the Intermines First Aid and Safety Competition. 4 mining companies: Ghana Manganese Company, Precious Mining Ghana Limited, Golden Star Wassa Resources, and Goldfields Ghana.